Hello students, in today's video we are going to discuss about the homologous series in carbon compounds and the introduction of the nomenclature part. So in class 10th, carbon compounds lesson include a topic homologous series. Students, homo means same and logos means difference. So when there is a same difference in a continuous series, such a series is known as homologous series. So we can define it as a family of organic compound, that is carbon containing compounds having the same functional group, similar chemical property, and the adjacent members are having a difference of one carbon and two hydrogen. So each of the adjacent member is having one carbon, two hydrogen, or we can say that carbon is having the mass 12 and two hydrogen is equal to 2. So the total mass difference comes out to be in between the adjacent member as 14 mass unit. It's also the board question that what is homologous series and give its 4 characters. So let us see the characteristic properties of homologous series. All the members of homologous series can be represented by a general formula. For example, in case of alkene, that is a single bonded, the number of carbon and hydrogen are always related to each other by the formula. If the number of carbon is n, then the number of hydrogen is 2n plus 2. So all the members of the alkane series will be following the same formula and they all will be having a difference of 1 carbon and 2 hydrogen between the adjacent members. Now the other thing, each of the adjacent member is having a difference of 1 carbon and 2 hydrogen. All the all the members of the homologous series have same nature of the functional group. That is, if they are having the functional group OH, then all of them are having the OH. If they are having halogen, then all of them are having the same functional group. But the homologous series, one more important thing is all the members of the homologous series show similar chemical properties because they are based on the same formula, same functional group. So their chemical properties are also going to be same. And the very important one, the mass difference between the two adjacent member is of 14 unit. So we have to learn the define and the characteristics of the homologous series. And what is homologous series? When there is a same difference between the adjacent member and they all are following the same chemical and chemical properties, same functional group, such a series is known as homologous series. Now let us make out the homologous series for single bonded. The single bond compounds, saturated compounds, are known as alkane. And the general formula for alkane is, if the number of the carbon is n, then the number of hydrogen is 2n plus 2. So let us see if n is equal to 1. Then carbon becomes 1 and hydrogen becomes 4. The simple formula that can be made for it is 1 of the carbon and is having the 4 hydrogen. The tetravalency is to be maintained. Now if n is equal to 2, then the formula becomes C2H4 plus 2, that is 6. So the formula can be represented as in this way, that is C2H6. Let us take another example. If n is equal to 3, the formula becomes C3H8. How it can be represented? We will draw 3 carbon continuously with the help of a single bond and will make out the valency completed by hydrogen. Hydrogen is monovalent in nature. So what you have seen, in all these cases, we will continue the chain up to 4, 5, 6. We will find the same thing, that in between each of these successive members, there is a difference of 1 carbon and 2 hydrogen. You can see that C1H4, C2H6, CH2, C2H6, C3H8, again CH2. So such a series in which there is always a difference of 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen, following the same formula, having the similar chemical properties, such a series is known as homologous series. Now let us make homologous series for alkenes, that is the unsaturated double bonded in nature. Alkenes are unsaturated hydrocarbons which are having the general formula CnH2n and they are having a double bond between carbon-carbon atoms. So the at least 2 carbons are required for having a double bond. So we will start the series not with 1 because it is not possible that a single carbon is having a double bond with hydrogen. So we can start with the series from n is equal to 2. So if n is equal to 2, the formula becomes C2H4, just double the number of the hydrogen. So carbon and carbon are shown with the help of a double bond, and two hydrogens are placed on each of the carbon. Tetravalency is maintained. Now if n is equal to 3, then the formula becomes C3H6, and we will represent one double bond in between any of these carbon, but only one double bond. Then we will complete the values by hydrogen, and we will count that whether the formula is satisfying it or not. So 3 carbons and 6 hydrogens. If n is equal to 4, then it becomes C4H8, and the simple formula for it can be drawn as the double bond between 1 and 2 carbon. We will complete the hydrogen since it is having a single bond. Single, so there are 3H. It is having the 2 bonds already, 1H, 2H. It is having 3 bonds, so 1H, and there is again 2H. So if we will count, we will find that the number of hydrogens are 8. But in case of n is equal to 4, there is another possibility also, that the double bond can be present in between the second and third carbon atom. So we can show it also like this, but in this case, the name would be some other. Both are having the different nomenclatures. So this is about the alkene having the homologous nature. We can say that 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen. Again, between the adjacent member, 1 carbon and 2 hydrogen. Now let us draw the homologous series for alkynes. Remembering that alkynes are the triple bonded, when both the carbons are having a triple bond in between them. So alkynes are also unsaturated in nature. Unsaturated, which are having a carbon-carbon triple bond. So again, in this case, we cannot start with n is equal to 1. N is equal to 1 cannot be used here, and the general formula is CnH2n minus 2. The number of the carbon, if n, then the number of the hydrogen will be double the number minus 2. So let us see this. If n is equal to 2, the formula becomes C2H2 and can be represented as both the carbon attached with the triple bond and then 1 hydrogen on each. The formula is satisfied. If n is equal to 3, then the formula becomes C3. Again, substituting the value of n in the above formula, we get H4. So we will draw 3 carbons, and one is shown with the help of a triple bond. So we will count how many hydrogens are required here. If there is a 1 bond, then this carbon will be having 3 hydrogens. In the center carbon, there are all the 4 bonds already present. Now in the first carbon, we can see that there is presence of only 1 because already there are 3 bonds present in it. So the formula is C3H4. If n is equal to 4, then it can be represented as C4H6. And again, as we did in case of the double bond, there are 2 possibilities to place the triple bond. If the triple bond is placed in between first and second, then we can say that the number of hydrogen 1. On the other carbon, there are already 4 lines. In this case, the 2 hydrogen, and in this case, there are the 3 hydrogens present. So the formula is C4H6. But the other possibility that we can draw is the triple bond placed between the second and third carbon atom. So the number of hydrogen on these can be shown as, again, the formula is C4H6. And mentioning this, that the homologous series is CH2. And again, in this case, it is CH2. The difference maintained is same, and all will be showing the similar chemical properties. Now, the other thing that we have to do in this part is the nomenclature. Simple nomenclature of hydrocarbons, alkane, alkene, and alkyne. So while doing the nomenclature part, there are 2 ways. One is known as the common way and the common naming, and the other is called IUPAC naming. IUPAC, the full form is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. It remains same throughout the world. All of the trivial name can be different, but the IUPAC name is always same, and it is a very simple way to remember these IUPAC name. For example, if our carbon chain is having 1 carbon, we will give it a prefix of meth. If there are 2 carbon in the given structure, then eth. 3 carbon, then prop. 4 but. 5 carbon, pent. For 6 carbon, we will be using the prefix hex. Similarly, for 7 for hept and 8 for oct. The chain can be increased similarly because the carbon compounds can be having number of carbons in its structure. Now the other thing, we are also going to use a suffix. Single bond, the suffix is "-ine". Double bond, the suffix is "-ine". Triple bond, the suffix is "-ine". But if a branch is also present, branches, that is other than the straight chain, if carbons are also present in the form of branch, then we will give the name as, first we will give the name of the branch, then the number of the carbon, prop, but, pent, and then the type of the bond, ane, ene, and ine. So the rule for nomenclature is, remember how many carbons are there, remember which type of bond is there. If there is branch, then we will give the prefix branch also. And if the double and triple bonds are changing their positions, then the position of the double or triple bond need to be mentioned. So let us give the name of our homologous series that we have just prepared for alkene, alkene, and alkyne. 1 carbon, the suffix used is "-ane", and prefix for 1 carbon meth. So the name becomes methane. 2 carbon, eth, single bond, ethane. For 3 carbon, prop, single bond, we will call it as propane. So we will be following the IUPAC system, that is international system, which will remain same throughout. And it is better to remember this IUPAC rule, that is, we will count the number of the carbon, the longest chain is preferred. If there are different branches also, then we will try to count the longest chain in terms of longest chain. Now comes to the double bond. In the case of the double bond, the IUPAC system is given as, we will write the IUPAC, 2 carbon with the double bond. We know that the double bond ends with the suffix "-ine". Okay, so 2 carbons, eth, ene. 3 carbons, prop, ene. For 4 carbons, the position of double bond is changing. So we will write the preference here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. For 4 carbons, we used to say but, but the position of double bond is in between 1 and 2. So we will say but 1, ene. For double bond, having location between second and third, we will use the lower number. We will call it as but 2, ene. Remember this, that we have to use the number of carbons, type of bond, and location should also be written if it is a double or a triple bond. These 3 things to be remembered. Now coming to the alkyne part. In case of alkyne, the triple bond is there and the name ends with the YNE. The suffix used is "-ine". So starting with the IUPAC system, for it also, 2 carbons with a triple bond. 2 carbons, eth, triple bond, "-ine. Eth, "-ine. 3 carbons, triple bond. 3 carbons, prop, triple bond, "-ine. We will call it as propyne. 4 carbons having the location of triple bond between 1 and 2. So we will call it as but 1, ine. It is not necessary to write 1 because if we are not mentioning the number, it already means 1. But for this structure where the triple bond is present between 2 and 3, we have to write especially the location also, that is but 2, ine, to show that the triple bond is present between second and third. If we will not write a number, it obviously means the 1. So for 1, it is not necessary to write but 1, ine. We can directly write it as butyne. But for the other number, we have to show the location also. So dear children, complete this homologous series for 5, 6 carbons also till 5 and 6 and revise the nomenclature part. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy.